Rule number 8. Use a comma to separate two or more adjectives that describe the same noun. Now, this rule is kind of a strange one because many of us don't write sentences that kind of look like these examples, but I wanted you to be aware of it nonetheless. So let's take a look at a few examples. Amy walked into the dark, blue house. You can see that our noun in this example is house. And there's two adjectives that are describing the house. It's being described as dark and it's being described as blue. Now we need a comma in between dark and blue to show that those are two separate adjectives describing house. Notice what our sentence would look like if we didn't have a comma. It would read something like this. Amy walked into the dark blue house. That means something a lot different than the first sentence, right? Instead of the house being described as dark and blue, instead the house is being described as dark blue, a shade of blue. He is a strong, healthy man. The noun is man, and there are two adjectives being used to describe this noun, strong and healthy. Do you notice how putting in a comma almost just takes the place of an and in this particular instance? So we could say he is a strong and healthy man, but instead we can put the comma and our sentence is still grammatically correct. Can you grab my yellow, polka dot boots? Boots is our noun, and they're being described as both yellow and polka dot. So because it has two adjectives, we can add a comma to separate the two adjectives. Transition to your grammar guide and write down your very last example sentence. Perhaps think of some sort of object that's around you, some sort of noun that you can currently see, and think of multiple adjectives that you would use to describe that noun.